Yes. Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here again, and we're live. Yeah, nice to have you guys join me again. I just want you to know that for every time that you join me, I don't take it for granted. I deeply appreciate it, and that's why I keep coming because I know that when I come, there will always be somebody. Even if it's just one person, then we are good to go. Actually, it doesn't take too much, yeah, to make the difference. And once again, just by way of introduction, my name is Funmilola Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is an academy where, by the grace of God, we mentor and groom young girls to help them transition easily into adulthood. And then we have a curriculum that we run. It's strictly an online community. So everything we do is basically online. And then I always say that, oh no, I wasn't the one that first said that. They told us when we were much younger that it takes a community to raise it takes a community to raise a child, especially a girl child. And that's that extra community, that extra support is what we're providing at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. So if you have a girl from the age of 8 to 10, 10 to 13, 13 to 18, please be sure there is a mentorship system in place. And please, like I always say, don't just take it for granted that what are they gonna teach my daughter? What she gonna? It might be things that you know, yes, but what mentorship does is re-emphasize what it is that your daughter thinks or she thinks he knows already, and also for the safety that community safety is guaranteed. So your daughter doesn't think that she's the only one trying to be different or trying to make a difference, because the fact remains that there are a lot of people that are not just raising their kids anyhow. There are a lot of people that are committing to the process of intentionality. And that is what this extra support gives you when you're at the community. And also, if you're a parent, please, can you not assume that, yeah, for example, I don't know for you, but I have never been a parent before. So I'm not going to say that I know everything about parenting, and that's why I seek to improve upon myself. So please, if you're also a parent, as you're putting your child in an academy, go and be throwing your own self too, somewhere where you can learn, so that your journey can be better. Don't forget that the essence of this thing is to be an advantage to your child, not a disadvantage. The essence of this thing is to ensure that your child at least minimizes errors and mistakes on their journey. The essence of this is to ensure that past traumas, past mistakes is not repeated on your child. And that is why you must do everything. You must commit to learning. As a matter of fact, it's no longer an excuse to say, what some, my coach would say that some of us, the last time we carried the book to read was when we were in university trying to read for exams. I hope that's not you, and I hope that's not anybody on this stream. Please get extra knowledge. We have not learned about this. We have not been parents before. Most of these things, also the things that our parents did, they did just based on what they knew. But of course, we know that the times are different. So please, this is my advice to you this evening. Get yourself a community where you can learn. There's so many. Get a good one, and please get on board. As you're learning, your child is learning, then all of you are evolving, you're transforming. That is the essence. So this evening, of course, by now, if you have been listening to me for a while, you're gonna know that girls are a core for me. Me and girls, maybe because I was once a girl, now I'm a woman, yes. So I like to anything that's about girls, I am very particular about it. And that's why I run a girls academy. And that's why for everything we're gonna be talking, it's gonna be mostly basically about your girl child. So today, what are we going to be talking about? It's something that's interesting because a lot of girls, a lot of women grew up with the mentality that all they need to do is just to be a girl. That's all they need to do to have doors open for them, to have things the way they want. All they just need to do is be a girl and have a fine face and have a fine body. I don't have a problem with fine face and fine body. Trust me, I don't. But there has to be something extra. The way they will say in Nigerian parlance. So what are you bringing to the table? Yeah. So when we have removed the fine face, we have removed the fine body. What's next? Is there anything else? Is there anything else about your child? Is there anything that sets your daughter apart? And of course, because girls, and another thing, this is very important, and this I thought to share on this today is because I know what has happened when a woman is incapacitated. By profession, by training, I'm a lawyer. I know what being incapacitated has done to most women. Most women are in places where they would rather not be, but because of lack of capacity, they're just there and looks like they are stuck. And looks like their life is just going around in circles and in circles and in circles. Yeah, that's why I know that there has to be there has to be something different. There has to be more than just being a fine face and a fine body. And that's why if there's something I always say. Thank you so much. Good to have you here too. And thanks for always joining. Yeah. So that's why I always say that there has to be more. than a fine face and a fine body. So if there's anything I'm going to be hammering upon on all our times together, it is capacity building for your child. So, and I also know what can happen when a girl knows that when a girl stands up to her full potential. I also know what it is that can happen when a girl rises up, wakes the sleeping giant and decides to, take the lead and decides to do what it is that she's meant to do. And I always say, our home is a training ground. Everything is going to be starting right from our homes. That's why everything, the giant that you want your child to wake within, the strides you want your child to take, everything you want your child to do is going to be coming from your home. Your home is going to be the practice ground. Your home is going to be where she's going to make the mistakes, going to make the slips, going to make the errors. Your home is where she's going to be vulnerable. So that when she's done, your home is what I like to call the training ground. So that when she's done, when she's out there, she will, that thing that will say that she knows her onions. Yeah. So that's when it's gonna happen. And then you don't you that's when your child now becomes a blessing and not just one redundant part of the society. I like to tell my teenagers that, see, you're not just here to balance the ecosystem. And that is what I'm trying to say this all this evening. Your child is not here to just balance the ecosystem. Your child is here for at least at least there must be at least one thing that is the reason for your child's existence. And this is that we're talking about this evening are the things that will bring out that. Because it is when you get to where you're going on the way to doing what it is that you know how to do. That's where you get to where you're going. You don't just automatically get there. You don't say, I want to be for example, let me look for okay, for example, I want to be a great cook. I think I like, so that's why I'm using that as an example. So you don't just say, I want to be a great, is it a chef or something, I want to be the best, and then you automatically just meet yourself there. No, you're gonna get there on the way to doing the things that you know it how to do. And that's the conversation of this evening, helping your teen girl navigate the tough world of responsibility. See, trust me, if I say that if it's likely for you to say, okay, what we'll be talking about is, I said, helping your teenage girl navigate the tough world of responsibility. You might be thinking, does a girl need to be responsible? Does a girl need to, is she not just a girl and then she just find a prince in shiny armor and then they're going to be living ever after? Yes, I really wish and I really pray, yeah, that your daughter lives happily ever after. I really pray and wish that she finds that knight in shiny armor. Yes, but you know what? Even at that, there has to be more. Yes, because see, there's something that I've realized is that life does happen, and then you can't be caught sleeping. You can't be caught snoozing. Same for your child. And like I tell my 9-year-old girl, I said, life will not make excuses for you. No, there's something I have come to understand about life. He's not gonna make excuses. So he's not gonna say, "Oh, she didn't know, she wasn't prepared, and that's why, and because of that, let's just let her go." No, he's not gonna let anybody go. Life is not gonna let anybody go. It's still gonna happen the way it was meant to happen. So you need to prepare your girls. You need to prepare your girls. You need to mentally prepare them, physically prepare them. And I know because I'm raising a girl, girls can be lazy. Girls tend to be lazy. They just tend to be lazy. Trust me. I was sharing with my sister here and that at a point when my mother gave chores to my sisters and I was always looking for reasons not to do my chores. I was always looking for excuses upon excuses upon excuses. There will always be a reason why a girl has not done what it is that. Have you noticed? You get back from work and then you meet the whole place in a mess and then you begin to wonder, where are these girls, or what is it, why didn't you do? And you meant to you meant to ask a girl, why didn't you? Why didn't you? She has 10 reasons why she didn't. So you're not going to be asking that question, self, because if you are if you are asking that question, you are throwing yourself under the bus. Because as you're asking, your girl has a reason why she didn't do what she was supposed to do. But we know that we are preparing these girls for life. I also like to baby my own too. But see, you as you are babying them, you're preparing them, because the world out there is not a world for simple-minded people. No, it's not. It's not a word for simple-minded. It's not a word for simple-minded people. People that have no clue. That's not the world that is out there. So please don't put yourself in don't throw yourself under the bus and raise a child that thinks that the world is just there and everything is gonna happen and everything, I just go and then they're just giving me roses and all of that. You're gonna have to work for it. So that's what we're talking about. And it's gonna start from your house. And because girls are naturally wired to want the baby life, the soft life, you have to go extra to ensure that your girls they become responsible. Trust me. The reason why it's important is that it's not important for now, it's for the future. When they're going to rely, when the only thing they're going to have left is how responsible they are, is their ability to respond to situations. That is how it's going to happen. So, under this, we are sharing 10 ways to, to help them navigate. Girls want pampering, girls want, even we adults, I have friends that will tell me that it's the baby girl life for me, or the soft life for me. But you know what? After they have told me it's the soft life, it's the easy life, they go back to their work because the fact is that it's not going to just be like that. Some have it that way, but what if they don't have it that way? What's going to happen with their with their backs? Be on the ground flat, and they will not know how to move from there. But if they have been used to it from your home, it's not going to be hard. Yeah, so let's write. So the first thing we're going to understand is let them understand early that responsibility can never be shied away from. Please let them know. Let your teenager know that there is no how, except you're not in this life. See, let me tell you what I used to think. So that when I say I understand girls, because I know the things I also thought about as a girl. You know what? As a young teenage girl, I used to wish that I was a tree or I was a calendar. I would just think funny stuff. Why? Just to avoid responsibility. And what was the responsibility? Thank you. Good evening. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah. So, what was the responsibility? Little chores around the house. And see what I was wishing. I wanted to be a calendar. At the time, I wanted to be a calendar. Can you imagine? So if I had been a calendar, I was gonna be here saying these things, yeah? So that's how girls are wired. So you have to understand that. So let them know. Your 5-year-old is old enough to understand responsibility. So let them know that, see, as long as they are here on this side of the divide, the girls around here in my house, that can be saying, oh, thank God that I'm not going to school. I say, you know what? If they give you break for 3 weeks, the break will soon be over. You still go back to that. So what are we talking about? Yeah. So let them understand early that understand responsibility can never be shied away from. So let it begin to sink in their head that you are not here to come and do baby girl kind of thing. You can't shy away from responsibility, because if you shy away from responsibility, nobody's gonna take you serious. And if nobody wants to take you serious, please, who tells you? Who tells you that no one takes serious? Who tells you that you're gonna have what you want? Do you understand? So let them know. And so can we stop this thing that we do of, I have suffered, or things have happened to me. I don't want my daughter to experience the same thing. Can we stop it? Those, I keep saying it, those are the things that build us. Have I said deliberately expose your children, your girls, to toughness or to hardship? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying let them understand that, see, this life that we are in, you can't shy away from responsibility. It's not possible that you just assume that things will just, everything will just be like that without you contributing your quota. Even God rates 80 responsibility. So who are you to be irresponsible? So just get used to it. I tell my daughter, I say, I say, well, as young as she, I do tell her, you know what? If I am not here, can you move? I sound it every day as though I'm not saying I'm not going to be here, but if I am not here, can you move? Can I, at least at the level of your knowledge, at the level of what you know, can you move? Can your daughters move if you are not there? Or they are waiting for mommy to come and fix everything. They're waiting for you to come and fix everything. So when you come home, that's when you tidy their room. That's when you do that. No, no. Can we stop doing that already? Can we let them understand that as long as they are here, people are going to be hold them accountable to a certain responsibility or the other. And that is why you see girls. Have you wondered why girls, they tend to look for an escape route, easy way? They say that there's expo. They say somebody's selling an expo. Somebody's selling an expo, and then, of course, I hope you know what expo means. If you don't know, please don't even come and say as if you don't know, because we all went to university. So that's why they will tell a girl that there's expo, and the girl will prefer to go and buy the expo than sit down and read. That's shying away from responsibility. What responsibility this time? The responsibility of sitting their butt down and actually reading. Reading is a responsibility. So let them know, for as long, and we say parents, some parents even go as far as buying the expos for their children. Why? They don't want them to fail. Hey, it's gonna boomerang in a way that you're not gonna like in the future. So let them get used to it. That, see, let them know that this house that I am like this house that I am, this is my family that I am like this. I cannot shy away. So once that one is settled in their mind, they will come to terms with it. And I've seen what happens when a girl comes to terms with certain things. She's gonna be like, oh, you know what? She's gonna get it's easier for her to just roll her sleeves up and begin to do the work that she needs to do. But if you are shying things away from them, you are glossing reality. Don't gloss reality for your girls. Don't gloss it for them. Don't let them assume. Don't let them grow up assuming that everybody has to do everything for them. You're not going to raise a responsible teenager like that. You're not going to raise a responsible adult like that. And there's something that my coach has said a long time ago. She said the first person to feel the brunt of irresponsible parenting is the parent themselves. So you don't want to raise a child that is adult, full grown, and you're still having to sustain her. You don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to raise an adult that she's already in her husband's house and you're the one still sending money for upkeep. I understand that life can happen ups and downs. So that should be an abstance. That should not be the norm. Do you understand? And it starts from little things like this. You pay for your children you pay for to get exposed for them, you pay for special centers for them. That is teaching them to shy away from responsibility. As simple as you may think that, oh, I don't want them to just be stressed. Please let them be stressed. Stress is good for the brain. As a matter of fact, it was until I got a certain level of stress in my life that I knew that, oh, I could actually do this, or I could think like this, or I could think like that. Do you get? So who says no one ever dies from stressing mentally? No one. So don't let your teenage girl especially, because once a girl feels that way, a girl is likely to want to experience, and then she's gonna be doing things that she shouldn't do. Trust me, she's not going to be doing things. She's going to be doing things that she should not do, or because she wants to dodge that responsibility, or because she wants to look for the easy way out. So let them understand they can't shy away from responsibility. The next thing you want them to teach them, you're trying to, don't forget, everything you're trying to do to your girl, you're trying to teach them, you're trying to help them so that they come out whole adults that becomes, first of all, profitable to themselves. Because if your child is not profitable to himself, the child cannot profit the person. Do you understand? So your work, what you're trying to achieve, is to raise a child that is first of all profitable to himself, to herself, in this case a girl, profitable to herself, then to you, and then to the society. Do you understand? So that's how it works. So don't raise a child that you do everything for. Is a recipe for disaster. Don't raise a child that, I let's not even go into that. But please, dear parents, let them understand that responsibilities can't be shied away from, no matter their age. Let there be something assigned to a particular child in the house that you do what? That you hold the child accountable on much later. It's very important. And once they settle that in their mind, they will give you less headache. The next thing you want to do is do not make responsibility a drag. That's one thing that African parents do a lot. Have you not washed the plate? Have you not washed the bedroom? Have you not this? Have you that? You're making it a drag. Don't make it a bore. Don't make it a boring exercise. Do you understand? What I do is I say, okay, this is it. This is the roster. Who's going to be my helper in this one today? Let them see that they're contributing. Do you understand? That is how to raise girls that grow up with this mindset of not just receiving. Who's going to be my helper today? Who's going to assist me in this today? So let them see that they are rendering, and because at the end of the day, that's what responsibility is all about. Yeah, you're rendering assistance, you're rendering help. That's what you're doing. So don't let them see it as and they begin to hate it. That's one thing you should try and know how you adjust that area. Don't let them see it as a drag. Don't make responsibility a drag. Don't make it like the one that you now say, if you don't wash that plate, I'm gonna come and slap you now. I mean, where does it relate to each other? Washing plates, dragging, slapping. You can be something like, okay, if that plate is not washed, no one has dinner. Do you see the difference? So they know that for the times that they refuse to do something, there's a consequence somewhere. That's how to structure your parenting. That's how to ensure that your girls understand that responsibility is a bane of life. It's very, very important. You can't, have you seen, of course, we have seen the things that girls do. Just because they feel that somebody has them, this entitlement kind of thing. This, after all, somebody has to do it for me kind of thing. Why are they not the ones doing it for somebody else? So that is it. Don't make it a drag. Don't make it something that is boring. So don't make it sometimes in some houses, chores will not become, start wondering that I don't understand what's going on. What is in sweeping? What is in washing? What is in washing car? As simple as it is, you are prepared. As simple as those assignments and tasks is, you're preparing your girls to take up responsibility, because you never can know what life can throw at them as they grow. Do you understand? So don't make it a drag. Rather, let them see that they are assisting, they are contributing their quota into the effective running of the home. So when they see it like that, they are less likely to antagonize, because they feel a part of a community. They feel they're a part of the system. So it's easier for them to identify what it is that you're doing in the home. But if you see it as, hey, you have not washed this place, you have not swept this place is very dirty, and we begin to just go all about the place. They begin to see it as, oh gosh, Do you understand? But rather, if you see something like, okay, how do you think if this place is like this? What I do to my guest, I say, okay, the way this place is as now. If you were to be a visitor in this house and this is what you met, how are you gonna take it? And then she gets what I'm trying to say, and she just go and pick the broom, or be whatever it is, and then she just what needs to be done. Do you understand? Don't make it a drag. Still let them see, let them understand that they are doing their own responsibility is not a drag, but rather it is them contributing to the smooth running of the home or of the family. That's another way to help them navigate. Because see, trust me, teenage is such a very funny stage in life of a girl. A lot of things, so a lot of things is going to happen in that teenage. You don't want them growing up thinking I hate chores. Do you understand? It's not because it's not a chores per se, but what the chores teaches. So that is about it really. So it is what the chores teaches. At least for example, I know that it teaches emotions control. I know that it teaches organization. I know that chores is teaching time management. I know that chores is teaching self-regulation. Do you understand? And those are the things that they need if they're going to if they're going to grow up to responsible individuals. So don't let them see it as boring. Let them see it as they're contributing their quota. They're contributing to the effective running of the family. Everybody, I think it's not. I think I know that it's in the scriptures that every the tree is survived by that which every joint provides. So everyone is going to provide their own. Everyone is going to provide their input into the running of the home, and that way you are. And I just mentioned to us now the things that chores teaches, especially cooking, the things that it teaches. I don't like to cook, but I cook because I know that people have to feed. But when I understood the things that I'm going to learn, I mean that my daughter is likely going to learn by teaching. I mean by cooking. So I began to put more attention to it. Yeah. So that's what you should do. Don't make responsibility a drag. Don't make it a bore. The next thing rather, you have to encourage teamwork amongst them. If you have two girls, three girls, please encourage teamwork. Don't set up divide and rule. Yeah, don't do a divide and rule kind of thing. You know what? It's gonna stay up then after they have left your home. So they're still gonna be feeling, even though they're no longer at your home, it's gonna be feeling united. For example, now, if my mom wants something passed across, she knows who to call amongst her kids. She knows who's gonna sell the message. I don't know whether you understand. So don't do divide and rule amongst your kids. Don't make it seem like it is this one that is doing the most chores. It is this one that is the lazier. No, for example, if one has finished, tell him to go and assist the one that has not finished. They may don't do, but when they get used to that, you're teaching unity, you're teaching teamwork, and of course, even the importance of teamwork, so that by the time is gone, yeah. So the time is gonna come when you're gonna be relying on that their team or that their what's the word now? That their team spirit, that kind of thing. When you are much advanced. But if you have been doing divide and rule, the time will come when they will leave your home and they're gonna leave your home with that mindset. And it will not be to everyone to himself. I've always believed that in a family, yeah, if one is able to come up, it is easier for him to what? Bring the others up, but it's gonna go back to how they were raised. So don't do your family by divide and rule. Don't make one child seem important than the other. Encourage teamwork. It will teach them to watch out after each other. It will teach love in a way that you can never imagine, and it will teach bonding. So such that even when they I've seen siblings that can't stand each other, and I begin to wonder what happened. Go back to how they were raised. So let your teenage girls, and it's gonna be fun. Growing up, what we used to do, my sister will assist with what I didn't like. I'm gonna assist with what she doesn't like. At the end of the day, the work gets done. That's what we used to do, and that's why today, if my mom wants something, she knows who to call. That will influence the rest of us. My sisters are on this stream watching. She knows who to call. She just say, you will not call your sister now, or you will not call your sister. And then we're gonna have a meeting. We have a WhatsApp group, and then we're gonna sit down there and talk, and that will be the end of the matter. Our mother doesn't even have to understand who dragged what and all of that. It didn't just jump on us. And you know what? It teaches them to watch out for each other. I hope you know that there's nothing as sweet as when you're no longer there, your kids are still able to come together in unity and say, you know what, whatever happens, this is my sister, this is my brother. So that's how it's gonna start. Encourage teamwork. Don't do divide and rule. Divide and rule will not work. When they leave your home, what's going to happen if you're doing divide and rule? If you're saying, well, see, can you not see your sister? She's not know that does all the chores. Please don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. You're already doing divide and rule. And you know that once they divide and rule, it's easy to conquer. It's easy for someone to become vanquished, and that's not what you want amongst your siblings. So I mean your kids. So ensure teamwork. So look at them. That's why I said it takes, you need time to really watch your kids. You need time to really see. So which one is the strength of which one is the weakness of. So let them complement each other. Encourage teamwork. Let them wash the car together. Yeah, one is washing, the other is rinsing. That's teamwork. Let them do laundry together. One is putting in the machine, one is going to dry. Let them wash plates together so that they will know. Do you know why it's also important? So that when something doesn't get done, everybody knows that, hey, all of us, we are what? We're in it together. We're in it together. And it's not gonna work now. It's gonna work for much later when they are grown. How many of us feel like we're in it together with our siblings? Do you understand? How many of us feel that way? Or we feel like as long as I'm fine, my family is comfortable, everything is okay. Do you understand? It's coming from somewhere. It's coming from somewhere. So please encourage teamwork. Encourage team among your teenagers. Let them do things. Let them know that all of them will answer to you together. And can we not do something? Can you not, for the wrong of one, can you not can we not say things like it is the elders that will receive the punishment? That is something that messed with a lot of people. And I was in a course, eating from childhood trauma. Was it last year? I'm still gonna do the course this year again. And I was in that course, and most adults, they were saying things that happened that their parents were not even aware. They were saying things like when they were young, their parents punished them for the wrongs of their younger ones. These are full grown adults. Do you know what they didn't forget? And that's the part of things that now became trauma for them. So can we not repeat that same error? So can you not say, after all, you are the elders? Come on, they're all kids. Do you understand? So let them know that everybody's. So what you're trying to foster is, see, we're together. We rise or we rise together. There's no other option. It's either we rise or we rise. Do you understand? So that's what you want to do. Encourage teamwork. It's going to help for when you have become old, for when you can no longer tell them sit down there, and then they will sit down. I hope you know that time is coming. For example, our own parents are in that time now. Can they still tell us sit down there? They can't anymore. So that time is coming for you too. So it is how you have been able to ensure that your kids feel that level of togetherness. That's going to impact on how they will still see themselves as one much after they have left your home. All right, I hope you're learning something. The next thing you want to do, let them navigate a tough of responsibility. You have to let them know about the ill of wastage. This is very, very important. Don't breed wasters. Don't breed wasters. Growing up, my mother will tell us that whatever I cook for you is what you're going to eat. So if you're not eating it, maybe you have something that you want to eat. So then don't let your kid, because you have grown up now, you are very comfortable, everything is okay, then your kids begin to waste things. That's not how to be responsible. That's how to breed an irresponsible person. That's how to breed someone that does not appreciate things because they feel that it's always there. Don't forget, I happen to have a child that finds eating difficult. She used to really struggle with eating. And what I will now do, I will not be like, I've tried this, I've tried. I was like, what else is there to do to make this child eat? And I kept throwing food away a lot of time. And then one day I just went online and I went to countries where kids like I was starving. Are you aware that some kids starve in some countries? Most African countries, kids starve. And I know that's hard for us to picture, but it does happen. And here is one in your house throwing away food stuff, and then do you understand? Wasting resources. That's not how to be responsible. You can be saying, it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to matter when they leave your house, or maybe they have to stay with the family for a while, or they have to be, in their transition program. They have to be somewhere, not exactly your home. And that's when you now see the report card of your parenting. So let's teach them about the ill of. Let them know that wastage is as good as a sin. So you don't waste things. I'm not talking about where we are currently. The rule is you don't waste. You don't waste. So if you refuse to finish that food, you can put it in the fridge. Then the next time you warm it and then you eat it. Yes, that's being responsible. You might think it is not, but wait until you buy something and 2 days later everything has finished. Not because they actually consume, but because they wasted a large part of it. That's when you know that wastage is as good as responsibility. In my own dictionary, actually. So let them understand the ills of wastage. Let them understand the ills of wastage. Let them understand that it's almost a sin to waste. And when this is going to be helpful is when they leave your home. When resources that they used to have is not that readily available, are they going to cope? Are they going to cope? There have been circumstances in our lives that things have changed so much so that we have to really adjust, the lifestyle we used to have, the lifestyle we used to have and know. So if you need to adjust your lifestyle now, how will your kids fare? Can you honestly ask yourself that question? For example, if your kids act to it without meat these days, would they still be as joyful? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you have to adjust your lifestyle, if for whatever reason, if you have to adjust your lifestyle, will your kids cope? That's a question, that's a conversation. So let them understand that, wastage is as good as a sin. And not of fact, I want someone to put that in comments because it's very important. Wastage is as good as a sin. Let them understand that there's no how. For example, let me even go, so let me what's that parable in the scriptures now, that the one that they were talking about, what's it called now? I think there was a feast. Yeah, there was a feast, and then Jesus gave a lot of people food and everything. But the boy that had a boy was there. He had five loaves of bread and two fishes. So he gave Jesus, and then Jesus blessed it, and then it became big and all of that. When all of them had finished eating, everything was still packed together. I picked the lesson in that. Jesus would have said, tomorrow we'll do another miracle now. And I don't think that they packed the food together to go and throw away. I don't think that's what happened. I'm sure they packed it together for something else. And I'm also sure the boy that gave them the initial one, they're not gonna forget him. So let your kids understand that wastage is bad. There's no how that it can be a waster. And even are you also aware that God Himself said He hates wasting resources. That's why if He gives you a talent and you don't use it, it's just gonna be there. It's gonna be worse. And then at the end of the day, the Bible says that you will not say ask us that, okay, how far? I said you should do this thing, you could do this thing. Did you do it? So even God hates wastage. So why should you encourage it? So please don't let your teenagers feel that, oh, this is how life will always be. This. I asked us a question. I'm going to ask again. If you were to adjust your lifestyle, I have had to adjust my lifestyle a lot. Trust me, a lot, a lot, a lot. And I've had to adjust my daughter's lifestyle to the current reality that we are having. So the question is, if you had to adjust your child's lifestyle, will she still be able to? That's the question. Yeah, the next thing we're going to talk about. Teach them the beauty of putting hands and brain to work. There's nothing as excellent as this. I have learned that about myself. There's nothing as excellent as putting your hands and brain to work. Sometimes I have to think, okay, what are we going to talk about next? There's nothing as excellent as that. As you're doing that, you're advancing yourself. So don't just raise people that are sleepy brained. Don't raise sleepy brain teenagers. Don't raise teenagers that are not thinking. And as they're thinking, what do you think is happening to them? They are becoming responsible. That is it. It's as simple as that. They are thinking, okay, how do I fix this? How do I fix that? Or what do I think? There's something I put in the head, the girls in my mind, in my corner. I tell them, see, begin to think of, okay, what's going to happen differently because I am here. That's what I've said to myself all the time. And that's what I've said to everybody in my corner. So let them understand the beauty. Let me tell you what. It works for me. When I see women doing great things, it wows me. Do you know why it wows me? Because women are shifting from the norms. The norm is that you marry. Marriage is beautiful. Please, I'm not downplaying marriage. I'm just saying that people, sacrifice their goals, their dreams, everything at the altar of marriage. We know a lot of brilliant, fantastic people that they got married and we never heard of them again. And all they do was just, who says? My coach is beautiful. My own also are beautiful married, and then you see her doing fantastic things. Do you understand? So let them understand the beauty of putting hands and brain to work. You can never underestimate this for a child. Yeah. 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Thank you very much for that scriptural reference. So please let them understand the beauty of putting hands and brain to work. Let them understand that it's very, very important. Their brain must be thinking something. Their hands must be doing something. And that's why it is in the scriptures that is a man diligent. He's going to stand before kings, not mean men. That is the peak of it. So don't raise girls that are dependent on, they're waiting for, oh God. Please don't raise girls like that. Rather raise saviors. Don't raise girls that needs to be saved. Do you understand? Rather raise saviors. Don't raise girls that needs to be saved. I don't want, if there's anything I do in this my life, I don't need saving. And that's why I keep saying that I don't even have that, victim mentality that you have to come and save me. No, rather, I'm going to rise up. So that's how you should be thinking of raising your girl. Don't raise people that are waiting for people to save them. Don't raise people that are dependent on people to come and do things for them. Rather, raise people that they are the ones thinking, what can I do? What difference can I make? Because I'm not here to just balance the ecosystem. I already told us earlier. Your teenager is not here to just balance the ecosystem. So do you see why you should deflect on this body thing that we keep talking? Do you see why your extension, eyelashes? Do you see do you see why that's not the problem of your girl? Do you see why that's not the problem of your girl? So their hands and brain, teach them it is beautiful. Can we have girls that they don't have small what's that cliche? Can we raise girls that don't have, they say small girl, big God, and then the big gods are Aristofathers? Do you understand what I am saying? Can we raise girls like that? Can we raise girls that are not needy, clingy, dependent? Can we raise girls that can contribute their quota? Because the fact that they are girls does not limit them. And do you want to know the game changer? When your child knows that it is beautiful to put hands and brain to work. My coach told me something that I can never forget. She said, "You know what? This thing that we used to say that make you want your child to be proud of. I want to be proud of you. Please, no. Can we change it? Can we be something like I want my child to be proud of me? Because when your child is proud of you are sending a message. You are sending a signal to that child that you can't be dependent, you can't be needy. And please don't misunderstand me. I am not saying that your child should not be alcohol macho man. No, I am just saying, can we raise girls that don't have to wait for people to do things for them? Can we? And how is that going to happen? By teaching them the beauty of putting their hands and brains to work. There's nothing that surpasses that. I tell my teenagers all the time, I say, nothing surpasses what you do. When you know that there's more to you, nothing surpasses that. And it is not pride, it's just knowing who you are. It's just knowing who you are. So please, hey, I know why I'm saying this thing. It's because parents of girls, they focus so much on the outer, everything. You must be beautiful. You must no, I'm not saying you should leave your children to be your teenagers to be a facade or anyhow. I am just saying deflect on the body, because already that's how a girl is wired. A girl is wired to look at. My girl is just nice. She'll stand in front of the mirror and then she's doing this and then she's doing that. I say, hey Jesus, so already that's there. So can we not now overemphasize it? Can we place more importance on what they do with their brain, with their mind? Because you want them to be responsible. So that when anything happens, at least they can, at worst case scenario, yeah, they can stand for themselves. The best case scenario, they begin to drag other girls up. They begin to drag other girls up. That's the kind of girl you think of raising. Someone that wants to make a difference. Someone that wants to make a difference. So can we stop this thing of, I don't know. So that's when I see parents of teenagers trying to make their daughters look like adults, do adults. I'm wondering that what you are focusing on the minor. So can we focus on the major? The major is letting our girls know. Letting girls know. The mentorship academy that my daughter is, my coach, she also mentors me. I've said it a lot of times on this trip. She will say that maybe it's one of you girls. She has a lot of funny skin reactions, yeah. And then she says to the girls there that maybe it's one of you girls, that will find out the chemical components of what I'll be using, so that all these my reactions can go. And it is true. Maybe it's your girl that's going to find a cure for cancer. Maybe it's your girl that's going to find a result for all of the problems that bedevils the world. Maybe it's your girl. But at worst, if it's not going to be your girl, can your girl now not be a needy, a clingy, wait for one person to do something? Can your girl see herself as a savior already? Can your girl see herself? So that's how to make them responsible. Let them understand that it's beautiful. So that this big what's the word now? Big small girl, big God, can it begin to be eradicated? So that when your girl buys iPhone 15, she bought it because she's actually working, because she's actually offering value, and then she's getting money in return. And not because she went to sleep with one 60-year-old man. Because that's what happens now. And it's worrisome. And it's going to get worse. Because the moment a girl starts to think that I don't have to work, after all, my body is beautiful, you have lost that girl. Can a girl stop seeing her body, this body? And that's why they do liposuction, they do whatever, all manner of things. Because their greatest investment is their body. Can your child's greatest investment, can it be her mind? Can it be her hands? Can it not be her body? Because that's how to make them responsible. That's how they're not going to be looking for one boy somewhere. That's it. All right. So the next thing you want to do to help your teenagers navigate the world of responsibility, you have to teach them not to love sleep too much. This one on this table, all of us are on this table. Oh, I used to be on this table. My friend is on this stream. I used to be on this table until life happened and another. Hey, you got to wake up. They can't afford to love sleep too much. They're gonna be responsible. It sounds funny, it sounds unimportant, but trust me, people that are making impact, they don't sleep all the time. They don't sleep. They don't sleep. You can't just be sleeping. You can't just be sleeping. Something somewhere in your brain is working. I'm thinking, okay, I'm working on my next project. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Because really, that's it. That's people that are churning, people that are churning value-based stuff, value-based products. They can't afford. So you have to let them know that they can't love. So when your girl gets a certain age, there has to be a time she's gonna wake up every day. Yeah. She can't say because we're on holiday, they will just sleep, 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 sleep. No, that's not gonna happen. She's not gonna learn how to be responsible that way. And don't forget, your girl wants easy, your girl wants soft. So she can't love sleep too much. You have to teach her. Oh, it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle. I remember when I first got alarm for my girl. The alarm, she will still sleep through the alarm. Girls are just funny. I mean, girls are just funny. Imagine somebody sleeping through an alarm. I beg. Oh, you have not died. But trust me, a girl will sleep through an alarm. My girl will sleep through an alarm. But gradually, we started to understand that men, we're not here to play. Because really, we're not here to play. We're not here to play. We're here to make impacts. We're here to make a difference. Okay, if you're not going to be making a difference, can you not add to the burden? Do you get? Yeah. We need to change the girls. Yeah. Yeah. We need. So please, your girl cannot just be sleeping because it's holiday and she does what she does all through the holiday is sleep all through. She's not going to be responsible like that. So get a routine, get a schedule. Let them know that even though there is holiday, there's still something to do. The correction needs to start from us. I agree with you totally. I agree with you totally. That's why I say we're all on this table. So do you see why all of us have to evolve alongside our children? I registered for an emotional becoming an emotionally intelligent parent. The course is just gonna come up. And I said, for me, you've been doing this course. I said, you know what? I need to keep doing it so that I also need to keep adjusting. So as I'm telling my daughter, are you reading? I also need to be reading. As I'm telling my daughter, what are you doing? I also need to be doing something. That is it. So that the girl is saying it. Yeah. Yes, thank you. I didn't want to go to this table sincerely, but now that you have gone there, most ladies see their spouses or partners as their meal tickets. Yes, and that's why most ladies they just want to marry because according to them they want to escape poverty. And when they now get to that marriage and it's not what they want, they're stuck. I didn't want to go to that area. I did not go there. I did not go there at all. They can't sleep so much to teach them these things. They have to know. They have to know. They can't love sleep too much. The other thing to help them navigate their responsibility is teach them early on about money, savings, investments. Teach them. I heard a book. Please, if you can go and get the book. Raising the Financially Confident Child. Please get the book. I read it and I got a lot of insights. Teach your girls about money. So, I said it the other time, no gender is assigned to money. And you know what? I am just realizing that after several years, imagine if I had woken up with that realization 20 years back. Do you understand what I am saying? No gender is ascribed to money, whether you are a boy, whether you are a girl, no gender. So teach them about money, about savings, about investments. So if you don't know about it, you go and learn about it. Do you understand? That is how to raise your girl to be responsible. So that when the money starts coming to them, they're able to manage it and they're able to multiply it. So teach them. Teach them about how to be responsible about money. So if you don't know it yourself, go and learn. And I've had to go and learn, and I'm still learning because I want, I keep saying, I say to my people that are in my corner, what I desire is that the lives of our kids is infinitely better than ours in all perspective, in all areas, and this is the only way we can help them. So learn the mistakes that we made. Can we learn how we made those mistakes so that they will not repeat the same thing? Some of us didn't learn about. Some of us, when we're in university, we were collecting allowance from our parents. But now, the way you raise your child is when your child is in university, you're just paying for the school fees because while your child is doing something that is bringing extra. Do you understand? Then we're bridging the gap. We're bridging the gap rather. So teach them. Teach them to learn about money, in savings. How does it work? How does it work? What can I do to make money? So if I make money, how do I do it? How do I multiply it? Teach them these things. And if you don't know it, you also go and learn it. It's only what you have learned that you can teach your child. So teach them. When will I place this child on allowance? When will this child stop collecting allowance? And in the period between the time this child is collecting allowance, what am I not going to be responsible for again? Do you understand? If your girl is 10, 11, there's something you should not be buying for the girl again. Because why? She should take from her allowance. And you should let her understand, when are you going to stop? When am I going to stop giving you allowance? That means when will you start being responsible for yourself? Do you understand what I am saying? So introduce it to them early, so that when you get to that stage, you will not struggle. My mother gave me allowance in university. I hope that I never have to give my daughter allowance in university, because I expect that in university she should be making money. Yes. And that's why I'm learning. That's why I'm learning what I'm learning, so that I can implement it, so that I can, correct that mistake. So it happened then. That time has gone, but this is now. This is now. So teach them, have the conversation with them. And also, please read that book, Raising the Financially Confident Child. Read it. Please, parents. The way you are telling your children to read, you also read. Yes. The author is Mary. I mean, I said the author. The author here is Mary Hunt. Raising the Financially Independent Child. So that, see, these things, it will ease you. I want to, it will also ease you when you don't raise a burden. When your child is able at a stage, at some point in my life, I realized that anytime I had financial issues, I had to run to my mom. And I thought to myself, it has to stop. So no matter what happens now, I have to just figure out a way. Do you understand? Those were gaps. Adults running to your parents for financial bailout, as it were. That's a gap. And I say these things because this is my own personal experience, and I'm sharing it because I'm not perfect either. What am I doing? I'm learning. Or I'm relearning, so that it doesn't have to happen again on my own daughter. Do you understand? So raise them, teach them management of money, how they do about money. And a lot of us have trauma about money. Some of us will have a lot of wrong mentality about money. Whatever it is that we have about money that cannot make us talk about money freely to our kids, can we, free our mind? Can we unburden, so that we do the work that is really before us, which is the work of parenting our child, which is the work of helping them navigate responsibility. Because trust me, there's nothing as sad, yeah, as when you have raised your own kids and you're helping your kid raise their own kids. It's different when you are coming from the place of pampering grandma, just pampering them. That's quite different. That's fun to do. But it's even when you're coming from the place of you are doing because your child lacks capacity. Nothing's as sad as that. Trust me. People that are in that shoes will tell you. So that will not be in that shoes. So, and that's gonna happen if you keep pampering. That's gonna happen if you don't open their eyes to reality. That's gonna happen. I've told my daughter, I said, you know what, you have to start thinking that there's nothing that you cannot afford for yourself. She's just 9. Told her. So if husband now gives is extra. Let me say something that Mama Felix Adeju was said a long time ago. She said, if you are still waiting for you are still among the people that are still dragging husband for money for soup, money for stew, money for them. See, you are the only one in that category. So can we start raising them from now? If our daughters are still young, we are blessed. We're so blessed. Can you now see why we cannot afford to just do things anyhow? Because there's a target. We want to raise kids that will grow up and say, this is what I've been able to do. And every other thing that comes is just an addition. And they're not clingy, they're not dependent. I've seen it a lot. I've seen it so much. Women in abusive relationships, but they can't leave. Women, the husband is pummeling, and they can't leave. Verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. Because if they leave, they're going to starve to death. So these are conversations that, is somehow. So can we raise our, so also that at least, and don't forget I keep saying it, at least, that means that's the worst case scenario. At least if your child will not save other people, at least she will not need saving herself. She will not need saving herself. All right, let's go on. Are we learning something? Is it worth your while? If you watch your while, please share the link. Click on the like, click on the subscribe. Yes, let's grow this channel. Yes, let's go on. So teach them that responsibility teaches strength. My God. They're not going to be vulnerable to whatever. Teach them responsibility teaches strength. I think it was David that said it. He said, because I am God taught me the art of war, now I know how to really war. It doesn't have to be physical war. But if something happens, a financial situation comes, can your child, think our way through of a solution? Do you understand? That's kind of strength that we're talking about. I'm not saying organ kind of strength. So teach them responsibility teaches strength. And I don't mean physical strength, mental strength, emotional strength, financial strength. Responsibility teaches it. So teach them. So if they don't want to be weak, then they got to learn to be responsible. There's no other way to it. They got to learn. They got to be ready. They got to be ready. Responsibility teaches strength, teaches them how to cope when adversity comes. Yes, because it will come. Trust me, it's going to come. So that when it comes, they're not going to cave in. So that when it comes, they're not going to just, this life has ended. Because if we say we'll always be here, what happens if we're not always here? And it's a possibility. It's just a possibility. It might just happen so. So teach your teenager, your teenage girl. Do you know the kind of liberation it is when a girl knows that I don't have to sleep with a man before I get money? Do you know that that is why a lot of people are doing what they are doing? Come on. Come on. Do you know how liberating that feeling is for your teenager? She knows that I can actually work, I can actually think, I can actually offer service, and I get money in return without necessarily exchanging my body. Do you understand? That strength of the mind. Responsibility will teach it. Begin to teach them. Yeah. The next one we'll talk about, teach them that kindness is part of responsibility. I'm a big sucker for kindness. So there's nothing I say that I'm not going to talk about kindness. Teach them. Kindness is part of responsibility. What do I mean? It is when you're responsible that you're going to see a need and meet it, even without anybody asking you. And that's kindness. Do you see where it connects to each other? Teach them that kindness is also a part of responsibility. It is when they are responsible that they will see that this whole place is a mess and mommy is going to be tired when she comes back from work. Let me fix it. Do you understand what I am saying? That is kindness. It works hand in hand. Pari passu, the way they say it. So teach them. Teach them. Kindness is part of responsibility. It is when they are responsible. Even they're not when nothing moves them, when they can't be bothered, they are not even aware that something is wrong that they have to fix it. Do you understand? But do you want to imagine coming back from work and you're already thinking, oh, when I get home to big work. And then you get home, your food is made, your bed is made, your toilet is washed, everything is done because you got kids that are responsible in the house. Can you quantify that feeling? So is it not because they're responsible? That's why they're able to think, oh, let me do something to make mom's life a bit easier. Or you're lying down sick, or you can't jump about, and then your kids know, and then they do everything. Mommy, let me make a soup for you. Mommy, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. Do you understand? That responsibility breeds kindness. Let me tell you the converse side of it. The converse side of, is it the reverse? Sorry, the reverse side of it is that if you don't do these things now, you're gonna be on a sick bed. You're gonna drag your sick body out of the bed to go and cook for a bunch of kids that can actually fend for themselves. Don't be in that situation. I have seen elderly woman wash clothes for her full-grown son, full-grown adult son, working in bank, washing his clothes. I have seen it. So what are we saying? Do you understand? So all of these things, they follow themselves. I've talked about a lot of things. I said number one, let them understand early. Let them know early on that responsibility can never be shied away from. If you be taken seriously, you can't shy away from responsibility. Let them understand that don't make responsibility a drag. I already talked about that extensively. Encourage teamwork. Teach them about the ill of wastage. Teach them the beauty of putting hands and brain to work. For a girl, this is very important. So that you don't raise a girl that one man is spoiling somewhere because of money. This has happened a lot in our time. And can it stop? Don't raise a girl that will go to club and go and strip because of money. Do you understand what I am saying? Teach them the beauty of putting hands and mind to work. Teach them to love, not to love sleep too much. Teach them early on about money, savings, investments. And if you have to learn, so please go and learn their parents so that you can teach your kids. Teach them that responsibility teaches strength. Strength of the mind, strength of the mind, financial strength, mental strength. Yes. The things that have made you strong. Don't deprive your kids of it. I said teach them that kindness is part of responsibility so that you not be on sick bed and you still going to be cooking for your sick children, for your children, for your grown-up children. Because I have seen it. Not empathetic children. Then finally, teach them that for a woman of responsibility, there's always opportunity. Teach them that for a lady or woman of responsibility, there is always opportunity. And I told us, have you seen a man that is diligent? I didn't write that, it's there in the scriptures. Have you seen a man that is diligent in his work? He will stand before kings. And well, I want to say that whoever stands before kings is also a king in his own right. So for a woman of opportunity and for a woman of responsibility, there is always opportunity. So if something is going to happen, for a lady of responsibility, there's always diverse. And not even in this age that a girl can be everything or anything she wants to be. So why do you want to shortchange them? And I've told us, I'm going to tell us again, can you expose your girls to women that are doing valiantly? Women that are doing, there are so many of them. I've said it because what I say is because I know what it can do to the mind of a girl. That can be the mind shift that your child requires. That if this woman can be this, then there can be more. Can you follow people of substance on Instagram? Can you follow people of substance on Facebook? Can you not follow people that are reckless with their lives because you want to see style? You don't have to follow celebrity to see close style. What they call it, so that your girls will know what to pattern their lives after. So that your girls will know that there's more. I don't know. This thing has to stop. Commercializing the body of a girl child. Because she has a good shape, then she must wear bomb shorts and whatever, and then you must post video on TikTok. I don't understand where we're going to. I don't understand what we're doing with those kind of things. So can we point them in the direction of women that are doing valiantly? Because there are so many of them. Oh, there's so many of them. I know so many of them. Can we follow them? Can we learn from them? Can we hear them speak? Because when we hear them speak, we know, they say the story of great men is the secret of great men is in their stories. So your girl is encouraged and can they also watch you? I'm not saying go and be a superhero, supermodel. No, I'm just saying, are you doing something that your child can also watch? Are you doing it? Because as you are doing that, you don't know, but you're teaching lessons in responsibility already. And trust me, the opportunity will always come for your child to showcase. And when the opportunity comes, they're not going to go and call a layabout. They're not going to go and call someone that's always looking for excuses. They're not going to go and call someone that is lazy. No. They still call someone that has something to offer. And don't forget, if there's something that you must take away from this stream, it is that if at least, and that is the worst case scenario, if at least your daughter will not save others, can she be someone that doesn't need saving herself? If you have done that, you have tried. But I know parents listen to me. They don't even want to raise girls that don't need saving. They want to raise girls that will save others. Because that is my sincere. That's why I keep coming here. That's why I keep coming here. Can we raise girls that don't need saving? Have you learned something? I hope I didn't come too hard. Trust me, I don't like coming too hard. But there are times that we have to have these brutal conversations. Thank you for joining. I don't take it for granted. And have you heard of that book yet? It's on Seller, it's on Amazon. That's my first book. Others are coming, trust me. Because as we are teaching the girls, we are not sitting. Yeah. So that as your child is being proud of you, you too are being proud of you. Everybody, then they are prouding together. Permit me to use that language that way. So please order for the books on Amazon. Good Etiquette, a girl's guide to excellence. I wrote it. Yeah, that's why you should buy it. And it's a good read. Yeah, I hope you learned something. I hope it was what's coming. I hope it was what you were. Don't forget, I always say, you don't have to be perfect. I am not perfect. I say, oh, trust me. Trust me on not being perfect. My daughter will tell you, if she should give me my report card, I'm not perfect. Thank you. Second time reading. I hope he's worth it. So please, dear parents, we're not perfect, yeah? But we want to walk that journey. that journey. So if it's just one thing you want to run with, please don't snooze, don't wait, keep waiting. I mean, keep moving. Keep moving, and at the end of the day, your girl is gonna give you oh God, it's gonna give you a big hug. Say, mommy, thank you. And God Himself is going to give you a big hug. Say, thank you for not raising a girl that they're sleeping with in hotels for 10,000 naira. You will not know what you have done if you don't raise that kind of girl. You don't know what you have done. I'm rooting for you. I believe in your journey. I believe in you. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is still Funmilola Williams. I'll be here next week. I hope you'll be here too. So please don't forget, if you had anyone that's parenting a girl, please tell them there's an academy and an academy. Let them come. Let's be that extra support that you need on your parenting journey. Thank you for always joining me, and bye bye.